Hey guys, what's up? This is Croy. Today we're going to be playing a 105 heads up sit and go against Bag of Chip. He just sat with us. He doesn't have very good stats. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see some videos on full tilt as opposed to exclusively stars, so I'm going to try to mix it up. After this, we're going to try to game select to play like a more regular player because I know a lot of you guys have commented that you want to see videos with more regulars. Alright, so we called a min raise with the queen 8 suited. Gonna call that all day. He min fires out. Yeah, we could peel one to try to hit our queen or 8, but we'll just stick with the basic play and fold. And just gonna muck the 4-3. Yeah, this guy does not have a good ROI, so gonna be very selective in waiting for our spots early on at least. Now, if he did min bet there, I would probably would have put in a raise to 90 or 120. Just gonna put in a pot size bet. And again, I usually am just raising pretty wide. With this turbo blind structure, instead of on stars where it's 75 big blinds deep, we're only 50 deep. So we're just gonna be patient to start. Okay, checks behind again. Good spot to fire out a min bet for value and protecting our hand, and he just folds. We don't want a card to come off like a 5 and just have him hit the 5. Alright, now we have our first decent hand, ace 9. Flop, not too bad. Pretty good flop to check behind, I think. Don't want him to call and not be really advised where he's at. He min bets out. We're just gonna call here. And if he min bets the river, we're probably just going to call. And what I would expect to see is for information, what I expect to see is a 6 or a 5. And he has a 6. So now we have the information that he's going to value bet his hands like that. Generally not a good strategy to extract min bets from for value like that. All right, his first triple. We have King Jack. We're just going to call. We're not going to get crazy and re-raise. We're only 50 big blinds deep, like I said. Missed the flop, and just going to fold to a C bet. And so far, it looks like we're getting run over, but hopefully we'll make a hand and we'll make it back. Okay, I'm going to start min raising here, like I said, because of the structure. I'm going to try to put in a lot of milk bets on him. I'm going to bet half pot here. And folds. And I would have hated to get check raised there. To be honest, I probably would have mucked a lot of the time against a guy like this. Just going to knuckle it with the 6-8. Flopped an open ender. Checks. We're going to type in a 45 chip bet, which I'd expect to take it down a lot, unless he hit a 10. Now the blinds go up to 20-40, and now we're even we have even less big blinds to play with. That's why making really efficient plays is crucial, especially in this kind of structure. Okay, he leads off for 40. We flop top pair. We're gonna try to make a 120 and get him to call with the 10, and then reevaluate what goes on the turn. And he folds, which we'll take. Going to do a triple with the queen 9 suited. These are the kinds of hands I personally love playing post flop. Yeah, love playing them. All right, queen deuce throws out a min raise. We'll call. Again, missed the flop. Just probably gonna check fold to his aggression, and I'd expect him to bet that turn and have an ace a decent amount. So, not gonna get fancy. So not a lot interesting has gone on thus far this match. A limp, we're going to attack it with the ace-7. We're going to take this down a lot. I expect, wow, that's pretty surprising. I expect to fold there a lot. Really good flop for us. Would hate to see him come back with any aggression here, though. All right, he just calls. It's a weird spot. It's tough to give him credit for a 10, but It's so tough to see what we're beating too. I don't know. It's really tough to give him credit for a 10. So I think I'm gonna probably call and see the river, and then hopefully he'll. Yeah, this is pretty weird hand to get in. Okay, that just screams value. Now I really regret calling the turn. um, I guess that's probably a 6 a lot. I don't. Wow, that's weird. He insta called our 4x. If we call, yeah, 520 is a lot different than 240 or 760. All right, I guess I'm gonna fold. Pretty confused. That was a pretty weird hand. All right, now this many big blinds deep, we're prepared to get this all in if he would push us in. Great flop for us. Gonna bet out half pot. Hope he comes along. He does. A turn can't really be threatened by that. If he has a jack in his hand, so be it. Gonna make another solid bet, and he mugs. And in these situations, it's important to look at board texture. Like, all right, we're gonna make a big. I'll explain that in a little bit. All right, fire out another continuation bet. The way this match has gone, I'm sure he's hit some piece of this. Okay, now we'll check, and really just hope he checks behind. But this is so sick. Man, I don't know. I just get kind of get a feeling. I don't know. I get a feeling he doesn't have a 10. I don't think he has a 9. So I'm gonna stick with the ace high. Expect he'd be on a draw. Nice. And I don't know. That was just a. I wouldn't recommend going on those gut feelings, but after thinking about it, he's never going to bet a 9 like that. A 10, I'd think that he would put in a raise. Yeah, and then just that was just an impulse decision to stick it in there, and it's semi-standard, I guess. I guess it's not. It's pretty tough to fold the ace high there, but just the whole sizing of that just screamed. I just thought he wanted us to fold, and so just kind of made a gut decision at the end, and that's an important lesson for everybody out there. As much as you can play by the book and just standard and really well, like there are going to be times where you need to call in your instincts. And against the way he's been playing, I'm fully ready to get this ace 10 in. If he flopped a queen, he flopped it. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I think it's pretty standard to get this in here, though. Only 500 more chips for us. We already have 700 out there minus his 200. So I think that's pretty standard. He flopped a big hand. Yeah, I guess that min raise was a little bit scarier than I expected. All right. Flopped a big hand here with this 5-3 spades. I'm gonna check and hope he bets out. Okay. And just hoping he has some kind of piece. And no, that min bet was just nothing. So. All right, I'm gonna keep the aggression on here. A great flop for us, and this is another flop that we're definitely getting in. I'm gonna make a larger than normal raise or normal bet of 300, and yeah, he folds. The reason I do something like that is I triple with that king deuce is getting a fold out of him here is huge, and he hasn't been really re-raising us pre-flop. All right, we flopped 2 pair here, gonna lead out for a pot size bet. Expected he called us with a spade, and now we're just gonna go for a value. maybe hope he has a jack, but I'd expect a spade there more often. But we're gonna get folds there a lot. I'm not raising it because of the strength of my hand. Just trying to get a fold is really key there. Now again, flop top pair. We're gonna lead out 3/4 pot because it seems like he was calling our and it might have just been situational and him having those hands. But then again, we might think that he might be floating us. So, all right, again, another value bet for protection, and we'll put in one more min bet, and he folds. Hopefully, get him to call with an ace high. This queen deuce here. Now he's got a little bit shorter. Now we're gonna limp. Whenever we're at and just fold. Whenever we're near even stacks, I think that those like selected steals work out a lot better. Okay, this is weird. This is normally a pretty standard shove, but that was just weird time. So I'm just gonna flat with the ace and flop a great flop, and just gonna call and see. Call to try and trap. And that makes me think that he has a piece. So we're going to make it 360. Hope that he will go with his hand. And still hope he goes with it. And I'd expect a hand like, just my prediction, ace 7, I'd say. No, queen 10. So he called us lighter than that. So I think that we played, not trying to jinx us, I think that we played this match pretty well. I'll go over some hands at the end of it. Looks like we played 29 hands thus far, so we'll review those. Obviously putting them all in with the ace 8. I might have jinxed us. So 3 straight double ups for him, not so fun. Calling this all in. This is pretty sick. Okay. So now he's only still 8 big blinds deep, shoving this ace high all day. It's based on that timing. I don't think he's that strong, but we'll knuckle it with him and fully expect to get this one in. And just based on that fold, yeah, that whole timing thing wasn't strong. Gonna give it up with the 4-3. I think right now, if we're in limp mode, he's gonna probably be in light shove mode. Okay, so now he's just playing pretty passive. We like this a lot. Now I'm gonna try this with the 5-3 because he's been so passive, and yeah, it's just an on-the-fly adjustment. This is pretty sick, and we'll put him in again. All right. He finally woke up with a hand. Let's see if we can dirty him. Close. And with 3 big blinds deep, that's going in. Okay, the king 4, we're putting him in again. And alright, let's see if we can hold. Nope. Alright, so this has been pretty gross. Definitely jinxed it at hand 28 or 29 or whatever, but just got to keep emotionally focused. There's nothing we can do about this stuff. Percentage of him winning all of these hands, pretty low. But like I said, there's nothing we can do, and I think a min bet's going to be pretty effective here against the way he checked down. I don't think that was an ace high. We'll knuckle the king 6. Get another flop. We're fully ready to get in. And now we're just going to go for value for 2. Going to fold if we get raised. Yeah, that's it's partially blocker, partially value. Yeah, just can't picture him trying to put on a move. That's all right. So now we're close to even here. Pretty frustrating. Bottom pair, min bet. Expect to take that down a lot. Yep, this hand just gonna put in a big raise and expect to fold there a ton. But then again, 100 chips here is huge. The way he's been playing, those limps are pretty passive. He leans out for a pot, so I'd expect that to be a better hand than we have, so we'll just pass. Super draw, so the way that's been going, we know that was going to get there. Alright, gonna try to take advantage of him being so passive right now and limp in a really not a good hand, the Jack 3. But we're gonna try to really take advantage of him playing like this. When he shows any aggression, we're gonna have to think twice, but okay, gonna min raise here with the 6-7 and just plan on taking it down with a continuation on the flop. I'm a little concerned if he might call us with a jack. I don't think he's gonna have a king there, and he folds. This is the best kind of opponent to play, just very passive. You're able to make a lot of steals. And I think he could have a 10 sometimes, so I'm not going to fire out. Would have worked for us, but oh well. Again, limping in. I'm playing a little bit unconventional style. I'm limping in these kind of not so good hands because he just plays like that on the flop. Just dumps tons of hands. And if he limped that hand, I'm shipping that Jack 10 in because those chips are huge for us. Making a committer with the Ace 10. And now I'm just going to actually min. I'm doing this against a pretty bad quality opponent. I'm trying to get him to put in as many. That's not a good turn for us. But yeah, I'm trying to get him to put in. He's going to call that min raise almost all day. I fold the 7-4 there because now we're getting really short again. I'm not going to be limping as many of those hands. Again, by the same logic, going to fold the 10 deuce. If he gets up to like 8.5 big blinds, then I will start to do that. And obviously all day, putting them all in here with 2 8s. I expect him to call here. And let's see if we can win this one. That's a pretty good flop. Alright, so we got the win on him there. Now we'll evaluate some of the hands from the match. And he declined. And never mind, I don't really know how to use full tilt. Sorry about that. But yeah, that was a pretty good match. I'll pause it and we'll play another one in a second. Alright guys, what's up? Now we are playing a 100 regular speed, so we're going to mix up the speed. After this, we'll probably try to play one more turbo for this video. Against regular, has pretty good numbers. I think he's used to playing, or has played a lot of 20s. Has 6% ROI. So I think he's going to be competent. So now we're gonna try to attack this regular style. Okay, triples. Now again, we're back into our 75 big blind format. Going to defend here with the 7-5 all day. Flop to flush draw, and these hands can be tricky. You don't really want to fall in love with your hand. So like raising here, and if he ships on us, just really shrinks up. So we're just going to flat. Turn card, not the best. It's a pretty good 2-barreling card for him if he is bluffing, and it probably meets his range a lot. And again, we just have 7 high, going for the flush draw. It'd be tough to extract, so we're just going to fold. And I think that's really it's the way a lot of players leak chips, is they really fall in love with flush draws and open enders, to the point of you have to really try to think, how much value can I extract from this? if I hit on the river, and I just don't think we could have a ton there. So I think it's just a good fold. All right, we're going to be very aggressive from the button. Fire out a c-bet. Now that we're back in our and now this is just against a regular. I love the 3-bet after we win a pot. I'd expect him to fold here huge amount of the time. And that's just based on general timing. That's just the general timing thing that I like. Okay, just defending here with the Queen Jack. Okay, he bets out 80. Just gonna flat here for deception. Check, and we're probably not, well, that's very quick bet. It's a little concerning, but we're not gonna fold. You might think we're on a flush draw, and we'll check the river, and we're gonna hate if he makes that. That's so sick. Oh man, just the speed of that turn bet is just something that. Hold on. Then again, now these are the things that are going through my head right now. He knows that we're making a video, so his likelihood to try to make a more heroic play goes up. And now he gives us this chat, which really makes me think we're beat. So I'm pretty sure we're going to fold. I want to call so bad though. The speed of that turn bet though, just against a more regular player, just if they have a plan in mind, just going to pass. So I'm pretty certain we were beat. Alright, not a good spot to get in now. So, okay. Got to refocus. That hand's over. Firing out a quick c-bet with the 2 9s. Hoping for just a flat call. Don't really want to raise here. And instead he gives us a healthy raise. Against this guy, if we flat, then we're pretty much committed to the hand, and I just expect this to be a queen a ton. It looks like we're playing so passive, but I think we're just running into some not so good spots here. Okay, defend with the king 8. Not a terrible flop. We might peel one here. He checks behind. And I'd expect him to call one of our bets, or our turn bet, pretty light. Yeah, I'm just going to check down. Probably forfeit to ace high. Again, keep aggressive from the button. We're still about 50 big blinds deep, so we're not in dire straits really. We just have to keep focused, and hope to hit a hand or two. That'd be nice. I like this spot to put out a healthy 100 chip bet. If he does call, then we'll reevaluate his range. But I would think he'd fold a lot. And he'd even fold like an ace high a decent amount, I think. And I'll IM Primordial after this and ask his buddy to tell us what he had that hand. I'm gonna see if I can do it right now, actually. Again, keeping it against these regular players. I always keep until we see like a clear. Well, that's exactly what I was about to say. Until we see a clear pattern of 3-betting, just keep raising those buttons. And this hand will give up. Gonna 3-bet here and commit with this ace-9. I really see that as a BS raise a lot. And he folds. I think we can get away with another 3-bet here, but we're just going to flat with this. 7-6 suited. Again, missed a flop. Did flop a glorious backdoor. Not going to bank on it, though. And again, with these deuces, going to make another committing raise. This 75 chipped is huge for our stack. And if we get it in, so be it. I don't see these raises being too strong, though. I think he's going to open really frequently with these 75s. And I'd expect him to just be posturing, and didn't really have a decision there, but now we're gonna start throwing in a few min raises. Throw something a little bit different. And that 3-bet, I'm not really a believer. I just going on gut feel, and we're all wrong sometimes. I'm gonna ship here. I don't think that this is really that believable. I think it's a good way for him to do what he was talking about previously, and so I'm gonna ship, and I'd expect to fold a lot. And dead wrong. Dead wrong. Yeah, so that one wasn't very good. Let me see if we can pull up some hands from there. Yeah, and just review that real quick. I'm not going to close out the table because that's what happened last time. And he's saying that I'm talking to Primordial, and he said that that guy had 10-6 off, which would be pretty well played. That would be a very nice bluff. Yeah, the main hand we're going to go to is that Queen Jack, and just that's, yeah, I guess we might have. And he's saying that his buddy's logic was he knew it was tough for him to call with a lot of hands with no real reads on me, which makes sense. Which we were saying that after he knew that this was being made into a video, he might want to make more hero plays, but still didn't. He only had 310 chips committed, and then just shipped on us, and he knew it'd be really tough to call with a jack. Power to him. But then if we really reevaluate what hands he could have a deuce, I don't know. Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and click the call button, but we can't. And the last hand we had, that was just a specific. I definitely would not recommend getting that ace-7 in there. That's very match dependent, and in this case it was wrong. Right after we had 3-bet committed ourselves with these deuces to take a 75, he put in a smallish 3-bet on our min raise, which our min raise does not look strong really at all, and so we shipped expecting to take it down a lot. And even if we don't take it down, we have equity. We have like 30%-ish equity against like a hand like he did have, and unfortunately for us, he did have it. So I'm going to pause this, and we'll play one more turbo. Alright guys, we got one more video. This one's against Puck2199, who is not going to be a very good player. So We're gonna pay attention to the first 10. I think the first 10 hands are very important to see what kind of game a person is. All right. So we fire out a min bet there. Again, just gonna start out unconventional. He fires back at us, and we're just gonna fold. Flop bottom pair here. Probably not gonna call it pot size. Just don't know enough about him yet. Just gonna pass. Gonna triple with the ace jack of clubs. And we'll check this flop behind. Turned not flush draw. Actually, just gonna check this one behind. We're gonna be good here a lot, anyways. And that full pot. Wow, that's pretty weird. Yeah, just all right. Just gonna fold. That's a close decision, I think. Just because the guy has bad numbers. All right, Queen 10. We're gonna check it. Gonna put in a min raise here, or min bet. I'm sorry, and he folds. Now we're gonna tune up the aggression from the button and fire out a few more C bets. That being said, hate this board for it. I'd expect him to really connect with this board a good bit. Great turn for us. That's alright. That's the problem sometimes in these matches. When we're waiting for too good of spots, it looks like we're going to get run over, which it definitely looks like is happening now. So now we're noting that he's going to be pretty aggressive, and his bets have all been pretty much pot sized. So we're going to get a little bit. We're going to hope to flop a few hands just like this. We're going to fire out the C bet, and he calls. Great turn. Really safe turn card for us. Going to bet again quick. Hope that he calls with maybe an open end or a gut shot, or one of these two. But he folds. Calling him in raise pretty much all day with this Queen 5 suited. And just fold. Raising these 5s from the button. Gonna check behind this flop. And if he comes out with some turn aggression, if he comes out with a big bet here, we would have called on that turn. And now we'll fire out a bet for yeah, and he folds. Wouldn't expect him to have a hand there, really, ever. Gonna keep being aggressive. And just gonna keep the aggression up. Gonna make another quick C bet. Think it's a good flop for us to do it on, and he folds. Checking the Queen 3. And just folding. So far this match, I'm gonna limp this Jack 4 and see how he responds to a limp. Okay, he so far this match, he hold on a sec, let me. So far this match, he's really been calling a lot. He only put in that one check raise on us, and he's been making when he makes bets, they're all pot sized. Look at keeping aggressive from the button. Not a good, actually a good check, good continuation board, but we're going to delay it this time. I'm going to wait until the turn. Now I think this will be pretty successful, often. But I don't like him contemplating, and he folds. Keeping it aggressive here. As I just jinxed us, and getting such a sick price, we're calling those mid raises, and I know it. I know a lot of you guys have voiced concerns that it hurts just calling those min raises and folding, but for the time we are going to actually flop an ace or something, or flop a good hand, then we're going to get paid off a pretty big chunk of the time. So it all works out. Those people who min raise from the big blind generally just terrible. That's just a huge warning sign. Just gonna limp again with the 8-5. Good board to we flopped a gut shot, and our 8 will probably be good. Now we'll get a free one. And missed. If he bets out, we're insta folding. If he checks, I think we're gonna bet 150. Maybe try to sell him on the fact that we might have an ace, especially if he delays. And but he delayed and then bet out like that, so we just fold. And their queen high might be good here. Yep. Again, keeping it aggressive, tripling with these 5s. Perfect flop for us. Definitely getting this in if he shows any resistance. And if he does have a 6 or has a speed, it's just pretty big cooler. It's first min raise in a while, I think. I'm gonna dump it. Keeping it aggressive with the 7-8. This guy plays pretty bad post flop. We can pretty much dictate the action. He's really shut down with those pot size bets. That being said, again, I jinxed it. Sorry. And again, no problem, just keeping it aggressive until he will make like a substantial 3 bet to like 450. We can just continue just playing aggressive from the button. Occasionally limping a hand. Not though against his style. Very happy to do that. Flop's a great flop. And yeah, definitely getting this in against him. I'd expect him to actually call with a 10. It's my prediction right now. He let out with a lot of strength. That'd be pretty surprising. That's very surprising to me that he folded. I'd expect it to be a 10 or a draw a lot. And it was neither. Okay, we got the ace here. I don't think he ever has a hand, but we're going to check for deception. And now we're happy to check. That card might have met him. Okay, nice. No, let's just see. We're going to limp in here with this 10-6 just because he's letting us limp at will. All right, he had an ace deuce, so if he might have got that all in, we would have flopped the 5. All right, leads out. Again, it's pretty standard if us get it in here. And this would really be surprising if he did it again. All right, expect it to be a 7. Up 5. Okay. Terrible turn. Nice. Okay. Alright, gonna put in a fake tilt bet here of 480, and obviously shipping in any flop. Yeah. yeah, that's great flop to ship in. And he folds. Which is just absolutely terrible play. Gonna put in a min bet here with this king jack. And this flop again, get it all in. Just gonna bet full pot against him and be committed to getting it in, and he folds. So even though we did take that beat, really that ace queen flop was huge for us. Alright, and now when he does show aggression, it's an easy fold. Yeah, that ace queen flop was a great flop for us. Okay, he just I'm gonna defend here with the queen seven and try to flop something like that. A little bit concerned we might be beat, but again, the way that he played that nine, this would just be a standard cooler if we lose. And now he's thinking about it, which is a very good sign for us. And yeah, got it in with ace high. So that was a good match for us to end on. And let me see some key hands if we have any. Yeah, it looks like we were getting run over early, and like a lot of you guys have said this is a problem for you. Like I said, those matches, we remember. We just as a poker playing people will remember like the beats we take, but we really won't remember like the biggest hands we've won or like the most glorious. We remember the beats with like sick accuracy, and so we remember the percentage of the matches where we get run over, which is probably really small considering like the whole spectrum of matches we play. But we remember those because they were painful, and it's just like how are we letting this bad player run us over? And that's what it looked like was going on early. We were down to like 1200 early, and then we started to figure out his style a little bit, and we started to figure out he was really passive, and that those pot size bets were probably just a statistical coincidence, and that wasn't his general style. And yeah, we didn't really have trying to find the more memorable hands. We didn't really have any memorable hands. We grinded him down from the button. Well, this hand was just sick. I don't know how he does this, and then he puts it in with the, like we tripled, and then he leads out for pot, flop top pair, obviously getting it in all day. So that was sick. And then the hand where he turned us, we limped in because he was letting us limp in, flop top pair. He leads out on a draw board. We're getting that in all day. Don't think he's ever going to have two pair there. And he turned us. No worries. The next hand we made a fake tilt re-raise, which I liked. He called, and we flopped safe flop. So we went 2-1 that session. I guess if that information's correct, we got bluffed off that queen jack hand, which what can you do? But yeah, then we're if you guys have any questions about the video, leave comments. If you have, I'm going to start a thread later in this week because I'm going to be making a ton of videos soon. Because I know I've lagged behind a little bit on the videos, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, just I'm going to make a thread for the videos you guys want. I know a lot of you guys want us to play one of the coaches, and we're going to try to set that up this week. Or like play more common regulars. But any other suggestions for videos you guys have on any different networks, whatever? Yeah, just shoot me a PM or comment on something in the thread. And good luck, guys, and take care.